Welcome to Stop Now, and I'm JK, your host for the Experiment Lab, the daily show. And I am joined by Amar as well. We just started today a little bit earlier because, as usual, we get quite excited almost every day with what's happening. And that's the reason we wanted to give some update on what exactly is happening on our experiment, different front in which we are doing this experiment. And Amar, we might have a new guest joining us. He might be a co-host as well, uh, who is familiar to us and also to our Stop Now audience. Hopefully he joins. When he joins, we'll talk about him. And also I have quite interesting lineup today. I'm not focusing on getting the calls from recruiters alone. So what exactly happened yesterday, we are going to talk about that and what our team is going to do going forward. So that is also going to be explained. So let's begin with Amar. How are you? What is going
Yeah,
on in your world?
hi JK. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So we have been in touch every day, right? So now this
Yes.
looks ridiculous to ask, how are you? What are you doing? And all those things. So let me jump into what exactly happened in terms of today is a good day, right? So today we are onboarding Shivas on a project for the bank through LTI. We have been showing those things, live streaming even the interviews. And as you asked the question, right, how does the background works? So that I just wanted our audience to know as well, right? So why I keep insisting that it is illegal to ask green card copy or work authorization before giving a offer, right? So in this regard, these big companies, right? TCS, Infosys, Cognizant, we were all targeting those things in that lineup. Larsen and Toubro Infotech, it's also one of the biggest company based out of India. They do have a US presence. They went through a legal process, right? So that is one thing I wanted to explain. Once they have given us the offer, they give a joining date and they ask us to fill a I-9 form, right? If anyone wants to be your employer, this is the process they have to follow through, right? So this is the legal standard as per my knowledge, and even we can talk to lawyers and attorneys can verify this. Uh, this is something I know for quite sure for a long period, right? So any company who hires, they can give a paper form or even e-verify form, right? Online portal is there. So when you click through this, you will get to know you can fill it out, and Shiva can fill this out because it's personal information, right? Everything is personal to him, his social security and the work authorization. That is where he has to provide, whether he is a US citizen or a green card holder, which is a permanent resident, right? Green card in the sense it's a permanent resident. And also if he is not a resident, if he is an alien, that's the thing, right? So they call this as, right, people who are not even there is an option called non-citizens. They can be a refugee or asylum seeker. Various categories are there. And if they are non-citizen, they call it as alien. And under what alien category they are, right? If they are a student visa holder or H-1B visa holder, they all have a validity for work authorization, which means they have a fixed term, right? They are temporary workers. From this date to this date, they can work, and they will be provided an employment authorization card. If you know that, Amar might know well, right? By now, they ask if you are a EAD, what is the status, what is the end date for that. So all those things can be filled in this, right? So this is what we asked him, and he did completed that. Even before completing that, they have given the start date effective from today, right? He is joining from today. Hopefully he is doing well. He has joined the project. I don't know what he is doing, but his designation is a senior manager, and they have given it as program and project management, but they're changing it to program management office. So this was the standard, right? Once he completes the process, he will get a confirmation like this, right? If you can see, this is the email saying that like he is authorized to work, it's confirmed. This is how the background has to be done, right? So the I-9 has to be verified. So if this is not followed, right? For example, I just showed the emails rather than like I can show in the link by whatever online company portal they have, through which once you complete it, they will provide you with the legal documents for onboarding it, right? So this is something we are happy that like they are following the process. But the problem here was, before following the process, they were, excuse me, I don't know how to say that, right? They were asking, right, with the help of the recruiters. And I just wanted that to be shared, right? Because I want to complete this story before moving on to the next one. So the recruiter who represented, right? So we argued to him as well, saying that like, I'll not provide you GC copy. Why do you need that? And that's how he went ahead and submitted it and got the offer. And now he is on the back, right? The recruiter from this company has no connection at all, right? Once you get placed, but still he is, it's not poaching, right? He is concerned that whether you are joining and you are working on the project, because he already told, right? We played that out as well. Unless he works for 3 months, he won't get his commission. So he will lose the placement that he made, right? So he is asking like, did you receive the I-94 form? Did you complete it? All those things. So that is one thing. And the surprising part, right? Even this big company, which is going by a proper legal standard, they are not following the protocol. The reason is, anyone who has been offered in their system, right? He has joined now through other vendors, through other companies. Again, they are scheduling an interview for him today at 4:30. L1 video interview for program delivery manager. Probably this might be for a different client, different things, a different team altogether. But just look at it like how pathetic it is, right? You are working in the same company and he has joined even as a full-time employee, and they are still allowing him to submit an interview for another position. So I have no words. Like, why do people have such system that they can't even track? They will have justification, right? We have thousands of employees, right? Maybe 10,000, 20,000 or 30,000 employees worldwide, but still the same information has been provided, and how can he get the offer? So that's the story about it. Let's move on, Amar. So let me ask you, right? You can give the update for Nate and your profiles, but then this is one surprising recruiter email for the first time I'm seeing. They said like open for H1B. I don't know what that means. We have to reply to him and see like if he calls back, we will ask him. So in this case, it's very, very rare, right, that they are allowing candidates who have an H-1B to apply for this. What do you think about it?
Yeah, you're right. Okay. And from my side, if you want to know about NET, there is a good news, of course, because NET is going to sit for an interview for Humana. I can share my screen so that audience can see. Oh, maybe they will.
Okay, this candidate for this client, right? So we have targeted Humana as well in the past
Yes.
through Shiva's profile, through Cold profile, and now with Nate.
Yes.
So hold on, we are getting a call. Let me pick
Okay,
this
sure.
call. You just stay online. Yes, hello. Hello. Maybe I don't think they missed the call.
Yes, this is the good news. Humana.
I don't
Yes.
know. It's a good news, right? Because it's just an interview. Maybe from your
Okay.
side, what you're doing, it's a good news. But I don't think, right? Unless you clear the interview, it's not a good news.
Right.
Even
That's
after you
true.
clear the interview, there is so much hurdle, right? So to get him cleared with the background and onboard him is a bigger task. So that is always there.
And always it's for bad news that they are always asking us to provide visa copy or driver license copy. You see here to submit our profile, they must need it as they're telling us. Also for my profile, you can see here, uh, Nadim. I already confirmed my RTR, and now is asking me to send my any photo ID, green card copy, etc. So what you will say about it, JK?
So just now, right? So as I explained, right? So this is something a standard, right? They keep asking the same thing. Everybody does that, which we already provided an update saying that it's illegal. You are not supposed to ask, right? We just explained it. Once you onboard somebody else, right? I can share that again. So we went through this process. We did the interview, cleared the interview, got the job offer, and now they are sending a proper uh, welcome aboard, congratulations, and who how the onboarding process works and how to fill the I-9 form, verify whether he's authorized to work, all those things. So that is how a process has to be, right? In spite of that, they just jump the gun and go ahead and ask verifying your work authorization even before offering you a job, which is certainly not, again, they can justify saying that like to weed out like people who are doing fraud and corrupt things, right? They just want like to make sure to save time, like it's a original one or not. They are doing that. That is their justification. But in that process, right, people can become victims, right? If I have no guarantee of protecting my privacy, my personal data, and I disclose those things, right? And I don't know whether it is being stored by them. So certainly, right? So we already established that. they keep talking to us saying that, oh, we got your resume from our database. So when people can store your information in database with all your information, it can be stolen. And we have established that like they all doing it like from their homes and from different countries. So what is the guarantee that like those data are secured? And it can be stolen, and over a period, like you just move on, and then like you can't keep track of thousands of people who reach out to you, storing those information and selling it out like to somebody else, and somebody misuses it and creates a credit card or borrows something on your name. Then what happens, right? So every individual will be in trouble. And that's why like we address this issue, and we are bringing this up, saying that like the big companies have to take ownership on this, and they cannot engage with vendor companies who are making this practice and employing people to do this as a job and poach information from others. We clearly established that they were doing this, but let's focus on other topics for today, right? I had some bad news. We just saw the good news first, right? That is like she was getting onboarded on a new project. Uh, that's good one. And again, Ram, who was doing this Intuit project through Cognizant, he got a call from the managers. He met with them yesterday, and also I was there, and I was the one who initiated this contract. So I knew that like when these vendor companies are asking to have a meeting, which means like it's going to be bad news. So they fired him, and again they did not give any reason. They even mentioned that like, oh, it's not about your performance, everything was good. The client manager Balak or the others who were dealing with gave a good feedback, but still they don't want like to move forward with you in the project, and they are giving a 1 week notice. That is in a way reasonable. Again, maybe they might have given 2 weeks. They just informed him yesterday, and they asked to return the laptop and other things. So that is something that we need to work out, like, and see how this process ends, right? So let me play that video before we get any call. That was something I recorded it for our audience and for our viewers. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is taking time. So we just have to wait for them like to join and also talk about what is happening. Yep. I probably think he gets the update. Yep. Go ahead. So basically the audio was not clear because from their end, Shiva was like talking in headset probably. I don't know, the voice was not recorded clearly. So, but still, they were saying that like the text is visible. I hope people can understand. The current assignment with the Intuit projects end next week, which is 9th September. And then in the interim between now and 9th, if there are any other item which you are currently on your plate from the, I don't know, it's not translating it like or subtitling it properly. So the essence of it is like, that's what is happening, right? So you hand it over to others, your colleagues on the same team, and make sure there is a proper handoff, so nothing is left kind of unattended in this time frame. So yeah, that was what we wanted to convey, and the other piece was money. Okay, in terms of I don't know, asset submission detector. Okay, so I'll ask Karthik. So he'll be sending out the return label, which we already shared, right? So they are more concerned about getting the laptop returned, but we did escalated it several times about payments. They have not been paying us like for the last 2-3 months, and even reaching out to the vendors, they have not provided any update. So anyway, that happened for a good reason, right? Even Ram was not happy and we were not happy, like we are not getting paid. And though we were doing the experiment, and obviously anyone who does the work, the amount of work Ram was doing, I was going to ask him to join and explain what he did. If you remember, Amar, I just told Ram to join and explain what he is doing in the Intuit project. Probably we can take that out. Even tomorrow's show, we will ask Ram to join and we will ask him to explain that and talk about what exactly happened. Yeah, if you can initiate that, because I was going to say that the June invoice is still pending. So June, July, August, I don't know how long it will take for me to get those things paid. And I myself, yeah, yes, I did. And that month they did that like immediately. And they, after that, right? So it was in April and they just continue to do the same thing, right? Even for May, they did that. And I had to be on the back every time and also keep pushing them, like, should I escalate it to Cognizant manager? And then like they say, like, no, Cognizant has not paid. Only if they pay us, like we will be, the same drama is going on. So I got really fed up. And now I was almost going to say, like, when you guys set up this meeting, can I move to some other vendor or maybe look for some other project? Because so many vendors are coming up, even for Cognizant, they are asking me. But then since I'm already in Cognizant, I was not able to do that. But right now, it's a relief. So only thing is, like, I want the payment to be settled without any issues. Sure. So I'll do that. Thank you. So he told us like to write an email and copy me from there. I'll take it up. And just what does, all right. the number of missing payments.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
So all those things,
Bye.
probably we just said like, okay, fine, we don't need anything more. And we just hung up.
Ram?
Thank you. What they said, I did not hear it.
Oh, you didn't hear?
No, whatever you spoke, only I heard it.
Oh, okay. I'm wearing the headset like that is the reason. Okay, I think that's why I recorded it. Probably in the record it will be there. So
Okay.
they are closing the project by September 9th. So next week will be the last. Yeah. And they
Okay.
said like
Is it something about what is the reason they're closing up?
because Ram's performance is not good.
Okay.
You are the troublemaker, it seems. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I know. I told you, right? I guessed this is something what every other client does. They will not give any reason. And even now, like they said, Palak has given a good feedback from the last time. It has
Okay.
nothing to do with your performance, but they are closing out this project, it seems. I don't know what that means, right? So you have listed out like, so many projects you are handling it. And now he said like you don't have to take anything and hand it over everything to others and also return the laptops. That's all they said.
Okay, what about the city's laptop?
Yes, so they will ship all the labels and ask us to return that. That will be returned, and again, it's not about returning it. That's why I pointed it out, right? The payment is still because once we return it,
They don't make payment, yeah.
they will, right? No matter what, right? We will get it, right? At some point, with the invoice date and invoice being sent, if they don't send it, like we can escalate it to legal level. But I'm not going to do those things. Only thing I brought that up immediately is like so that they can return it immediately. Actually, we can play that out. We can hold the laptop and pressurize them like to make the payment and then release that. Let's not do that, right? Because it will complicate. But anyway, I guessed it. That's exactly what has happened, and it is also
like it into a different project.
That is the thing, right? So these again, when we talk to the managers, it depends on managers to manager, right? Shiva's manager, like in TCS, he was very kind enough, like, and he was pushing his profile to a different client and wanted to retain. But here, right, all these people, right, all these are from your end only, right? They are all, so they just don't want, right? They just want to push you out, something like that, right? I don't care because I believe the one person he is in Canada, the other one who didn't join was in US. I don't know about the other one, right? Whether he is in US or.
I believe this project has less people only.
That's sort, right? So I told you, right? So many other these recruiting companies, like other vendors, are keep asking, can I submit it to Cognizant again? So already we were in Cognizant, right? So we will not be able to engage in other projects. So now we have a better opportunity, and we will push it to a better one. But anyway, already the Citibank has confirmed it starts from tomorrow.
Okay, City and America, right?
Yes, Citi and Bank of America.
Okay.
Bank of America background is going on. It will take 2 more weeks, I believe. They haven't given the laptop and other things. But for Citi, like they have given the start date as September 6th, but now they send a email, it seems like asking them to join tomorrow itself.
Okay, maybe
So
I'll take up Bank of America because I think Gupta to take it up City. He has committed to me.
Okay. Whichever, right? We'll meet tomorrow and then we'll go from there.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, man. Take care.
Sure, yeah.
Good night.
Thank you.
Well, this is what the conversation happened between us and also Amar. Like we tried to play out like the interview, right? So if you remember,
Yes, you can share.
again, that's not something like really good happened over there, right? So more of making fun of you and just like how you are not able to do it. So that's all I wanted to share. And here we go, right? We were talking about Ram and just Ram joins right on time. Let's ask him and see like if he is comfortable to share that. And yes, Ram, we are on a meeting and it's going to end. You joined right on time. We were talking about you, what you did. And can you give an update to us, like what exactly happened in terms of you getting fired? Or maybe give us some time. We can talk about it like later on, once we end this call, if that's okay with you. I know like you are not prepared and ready to share anything.
Yeah, we'll talk about it again.
All right, then join back like once we end the show.
Sure. Yeah. Signing off now.
All right, let's play our final thing. Again, we have come to end of the show already. It's kind of time. We are time bound. Time limit is there. So this was the interview that.
This meeting is being recorded.
And obviously we played this out. So you were trying to give the.
You are ready to begin your interview. When you advance to a question, the video does not start recording automatically. Begin interview.
Okay, can I play?
Yes, please. Your question. First question. A new project is announced. As a project manager, you are responsible for activities leading up to project kickoff. What are the important initial steps to launch a new successful project? Sure, you're ready to answer. As a new project manager, hi, I'm Nate.
That's a highlight, man.
Okay, I'm going to answer, right?
I'm saying like the audio may be delayed. I'm saying
Stop
the
the
answer
video.
as a project manager, and you are lifting your hand and saying like, "I am Nate." So
When I'm
what is the
reading the
voiceover
question,
lip sync you are
just
doing?
move the lips.
So this was the fun that we talked about it. Again, I just don't want like to embarrass you in front of our audience, right, Amar? Just go with it and tell us like what exactly happened there so that we can end the show. Again, I was expecting the guest to join us. If he joins, we can maybe hang out for a few more minutes. If not, we will wrap up the show for today. Okay, Samar, are you going to say something? You're on mute.
No, nothing for now. Okay, let's wait for our guest. If he will join, then we can discuss something with him. Otherwise, we can end up the show for today.
All right. So we are signing off for today. Thank you all for watching us. Please subscribe to our channel and join us. You can join through the Zoom or you can call us as well. We can talk more about it and also play interesting videos in the coming episodes. Once again, this is JK, Experiment Lab. We'll stop now on the Daily Show. Bye for now.
Bye for now.